A revolving door of Yankee people.
I thought he was funny,
Who was the original fucking Yankee or New York guy that just got shit?
Manzo. But there was also Dower. Remember Dower?
Manzo also wasn't original. It was Kevin and Keith were the original.
No, but Manzo used to write.
Manzo wrote in the paper.
For the paper.
Yes.
And then it was like a big deal that like, yo, we're bringing Manzo back.
And I'm pretty sure I don't have like too many actual enemies in this world. I feel like Manzo would like kill me on scene because it just became kind of a versus thing. But
it's funny
Dave was like,
this
is the funniest writer. He was like, this is the funniest writer ever.
Wow.
This dude for the paper was like the funniest guy we've ever had at Barstool. He's coming back. And it was just like,
to my knowledge, Manzo like declines everything too.
Yeah, I think he was like, fucking.
You've reached out to him for the promo show?
I haven't.
That's what I mean. I feel
but
like it just did not go well. But then the Jeter thing.
Yeah, that was what I was.
You know, it was a taste thing, like whether you think he's funny or not. He pre-wrote a blog for Jeter's 3,000th hit because we were on like 3,000 watch. But his 3,000 hit was a home run, and I think it was like a walk-off on top of it. So it was much more than just a 3,000 hit. It was like he did it in Jeter style, and he just pressed publish because he was out on a boat. And the blog was just like, Derek Jeter gets his 3,000th hit, no mention of the home run, no mention of the walk-off, whatever the circumstances were. And it was almost like Rappaport.
Not writing a blog.
Yeah. And I think it was very Rappaport-esque where he was like, dude, you know you're fired, right? Like we can't have that sort of thing. And it wasn't going well.
Too?
But I feel, that like keeps me up at night. I don't like the way that all went down.
No,
It's fine. But I'm just saying, like,
I think
it's
one
one
of
of the
Dan's favorite writer in Barstool history.
I never read him with the
No. Like on the
when he blogged. Yeah.
Because Dan would be like, I remember like because back in like the Cheat Chat gang days, and Dan would be like, dude, if you just read his blog and pretend he's being intentionally bad, they're hilarious.
Yeah. There was one blog he wrote about Flo Rida, and he was calling him Florida, and and Dave was like, I think it's the joke, like he's being intentionally, and I was like,
nope.
I think it is. So, but
I've come around on that. I think that was the joke.
You think so?
In the moment, I didn't. I've come around on that. I think it just has to have been. It absolutely has to have been.
It's gone because of DevNest, but I would love to have gone back and reread some of those things. And
I do sympathize with some of those guys too,
Absolutely,
where they just
man.
like they just want
Niels
to go
and
away,
Manzo,
and
I know.
like
Yeah.
everyone's just like and assholes like us just like.
I know. Tell me
more
more
about
about the time you failed.
Hey,
I know.
I was trying to look up the old emails from Neil. I couldn't find them. But someone commented on something I wrote in like how long did he last for?
Who? Manzo? Neil? Oh,
Like 2012
June until March.
I was gonna say,
something like
say
that.
a year, but
so
maybe
2013, maybe a year after that. So 2014, someone's like, "Dude, you know what Neil's doing?" I'm like, "I have no fucking clue. I haven't said a word to him since he got canned." And he's like, "Is this him?" And he sent me a picture on Twitter. I wouldn't be able to find it now of him serving like tables in Florida.
I was going to say I thought he was a chef in Florida.
At one point,
Yeah.
he worked at a restaurant, like a little lobster roll shack house, something like that, here in New York. But
He had, I will give this to Neil, he had the most anticipated moment in Barstool history.
The tweet.
Just waiting for the tweet was one of like, I just refreshing.
it sucks for him. Like, you look around.
He waited days, right?
Oh, yeah.
Was that the reveal?
No, it wasn't. He had revealed himself.
And it was a ridiculous picture. Like,
It was
like
the
in
Ned
woods.
Needley
flannel
picture.
shirt.
And so what sucks is if you join Barstool now.
That picture is like.
He was like in a
He's like at a lake house or
in the
something.
back.
Yeah, with a red,
that was like around the
flannel
time
shirt.
that
Yeah.
Facebook, like remember in Facebook you just had one picture?
Yes.
So you just like you get to that's all
it.
you just
That's all
had
you
one
got.
picture.
Yes.
Like the moment so like I remember seeing that picture and like that's it.
And that's the problem
Neil.
is if you look around here now, you got everybody, every look. You got old, young, black, white, good looking, ugly, cool, nerd, all that shit. Back then, we all looked the same. We all talked the same. You all expected a certain level of like the way you talk, the way you look, the way you act, all that shit. So when this like kind of balding, nerdy like face came up, it was just like, what the fuck?
We hired this guy.
Like if we hired him now, it'd be fine. Whatever. He's a
yeah.
little bit of a weird looking guy, but whatever. But back then it was like he was doomed. And
But also
and even
the
the name, it
picture-
was like your name's Neil. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Neil for
And
Neil.
now it doesn't matter. And the picture was just so weird and a little grainy and like a little.
It was because it was so like it was almost fake, like kind of artsy. Like I feel like his leg was up on a rock or something. Maybe I'm just adding to it in like
it was probably like a totally normal picture of a normal guy. But I do give him credit. It was something outdoorsy. But he started Chicago. Like I mean, Dan came in like a fucking wrecking ball. Yeah. But like it was offered to Dan, and he wasn't sure about it, and Neil was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." And like. There's something to be said for that. That he was just like took his balls and took made it happen, and had he not got like taken over by arguably one of the best to ever do it, like maybe he would have just stuck around.
Yeah. Hired White Sox Dave.
That's another one I want to do. I want to do a coaching tree one day because like Weird Haircut Seth hired Hank. And if there's no Hank, who knows what happens? Part of my take.
Then Hank ends up a millionaire.
Right, exactly. Because if Weird Haircut Seth, so the weirdest people have how'd you get here? It's like, I answered an email from this schmuck or whatever. It's the amount of luck that goes into
Seth
this.
hired Hank?
Yep. Because he needed an assistant.
What?
Yep.
That was so fucking.
Yeah.
There was a picture. I don't know what the name of the park or the square is in Boston, but it was like, dude, your fucking signatures guy's not doing shit, and it was just him chilling in a park bench in the middle of Boston, not
Boston Common.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Not collecting any signatures, and it's like, dude, that's why you're fucking here. Go collect the signatures. And signatures are what fucked up the mayoral. Race, right?
Well, I mean, I think there was a lot of things, but yeah, it was supposed to be like, I gotta go down there and get.
And then he just went to witness protection, right? After that, because he's like,
he's another guy. He's gone.
He's definitely. I actually saw someone. I was like in line at the bar of the Harp, and like someone was like, "Fire!" This is years and years and years ago, and they're like, "Yeah, I actually work with Seth now," and I was like, "Oh, like how's he doing?" He's like, "He's not doing well." like
not so great.
Like PTSD. He was like, if he walks by a computer with Barstool open, it's not good.
Oh, he just puts his head down and walks around.
I really do sympathize.
I definitely get
I'm happy here, and it's gonna be like more successful beyond my wildest dreams, and I have PTSD about some of the stuff here. Could you imagine if you got just chewed up, spit out, and made fun of, and then you probably hate Barstool.
It's like one of the most iconic clips from like that era.
But that's also why I don't sympathize, because he brought it upon himself. He got a ridiculous haircut, and he said he could throw a football 70 yards.
70 yards!
And then he threw it like 15! I mean,
he said he could throw it further than Drew Bledsoe could throw.
He actually is one of the reasons, like maybe the reason, I remember that being like, I will never proclaim anything ever again. I will never be like, definitively, I can do this. Even if it's something I know about my own self. It's like, you never fucking know. Like, I'm just never gonna, because especially the main thing was when like Rough and Rowdy started. It's like, you can never ever again be like, you fucking pussy, I'll fight you, It's like, okay, here we go. Let's stage a whole pay-per-view for us. I mean, so once things got so big here that you could make all of it happen, it was like, I'm just gonna be quiet. 96% of you motherfuckers watch these videos and aren't subscribed. Shout out to the 4%. You are good people. 4% of people are watching our clips.
That's about what I would guess the breakdown of
good people versus bad
demographics
people
in the world.
Yeah.
Good people versus bad people. Probably about 96% to 4.
That's
but
fair.
Be a good person.
But it's not even. I'm not even asking you to be a good person. I'm asking you to push a button.
Yeah,
I'm asking you to click a button.
Yeah, you can be a bad person still, but just click the button.
You can be a piece of shit. Just click subscribe. 96% of you watch these clips and they're like, oh my God, that was a funny clip from this podcast. I liked it. And I'm just not going to help them out. The people who work to make it, the people who work to produce it, to post it, to upload it, and there's nothing from you. You're a bad person if you don't subscribe.
Be a good one.